you realize that you could be the next target of murder cases? You could be in the daylight in your house and strange things can happen. Someone with agenda coming right at you.
Mohammed Rashid bin Hashim was charged with having committed the offence of rape and murder.
Tolong tangan Raka, please.
On 9 March 2006, Siti Zawiyah binti Sudin was found writhing in pain on the floor wearing a red t-shirt pushed up to her chest and a sarong raised to her waist. The deceased was rushed to the hospital and she died shortly after arrival at the hospital. The forensic pathologists revealed that the deceased had suffered multiple injuries that caused her to death. The government chemists confirmed that DNA specimen taken from the deceased contained a mixed DNA profile contributed by both accused and the deceased. CSI forensic team recovered no knife in the crime scene, but several items such as blooded knife sheath, an electric iron with broken handle and with a dark spot on the white cord attached to it, and a raffia string were recovered. The arresting officer testified that among the items seized from the accused were a set of keys and a Nokia handphone model 3310, which was subsequently identified by the deceased friends as the same set of keys which they had given to the deceased. The accused was found guilty for both charges. He was sentenced for 18 years imprisonment and 5 strokes of rotan for the offence of rape and sentencing him to death by hanging for the offence of murder.
The date that marked this hideous tragedy occurred on 6 March 2006. The deceased Siti Zawiyah binti Sudin was staying at her 2 friends' house and apartment, more accurately, for about a week. On the morning of the tragedy, both of her friends goes to their respective workplace while leaving Siti Zawiyah alone at house. Prior to this, one of her friends left their spare keys to the house to Siti Zawiyah. This is because on the late evening of the same day, Siti Zawiyah was supposed to return the keys back to her friends at Rawang bus stations. This is because they promised to meet up at the bus station for Siti Zawiyah is going back to her house at Kota Baru. However, based on the statement of her friends, the deceased friends, Siti Zawiyah was never to be seen at the promised place and time where both of them should meet up.
Yeah, we were supposed to meet there, but she never showed up.
Due to that, her friends decided to go back, however failed to gain entry to her own apartment nor calling the deceased up front to unlock the door. Not until around midnight, where her other housemate had finally came back from her workplace, was she able to gain entry inside the house. She decided to meet up with Siti Zawiyah by entering the need to unlock Siti Zawiyah's bedroom. However, what they were seeing next was so horrible that they decided to call the ambulance afterwards. What happened to the deceased Siti Zawiyah was so horrible and heinous that my friends Dayang will continue next.
As the report has been made by Siti Zawiyah's friends, the accused was arrested in Perak after a few days of the incident, which is on 16 March by Inspector Nordin Misban. During the trial, according to him,
on that day, the accused and his friend Roslan made the deceased to borrow 20 ringgit from her. Unfortunately, the deceased refused, raised her voice, and the accused have covered her mouth and pushed her into the house. At that juncture, it was his version of the event that the deceased had bitten his finger and he had reacted by pushing the deceased even harder. At that time too, according to the accused, he had an asthma attack bad, but he could still struggle with the disease in order to release his finger from the disease bite. According to the accused, the disease shouted even louder and then ran into one of the rooms inside the house. Both the accused and Roslan followed her into the room with a view to calm her down, but apparently to no avail. Then, at the moment inside the room, to quote the accused on words, he said that, "Pada ketika itu, saya tak tahu dan tak ingat apa yang berlaku." When he finally came to, the accused said that he saw blood on the deceased's head. He also said that he found Roslan standing at the side of the deceased, whom he said lying motionless on the mattress. Roslan, according to the deceased, then went out of the room to check whether anybody would come into the house. Meanwhile, according to the accused, he saw the deceased's sarongs and had been pushed down to her ankles, and that she was clad in only her underwear and t-shirts. Upon seeing that, the accused said that he had proceeded to fondle her breast and that he had then ejaculated in the direction of the deceased's private part. He also said that he has put his middle finger into the deceased's private part twice. When he saw blood flowing out from the deceased's head, he became panicked and quickly left the room. On the way out of the room, the accused said that he saw a purse and a handphone, which he said he had also taken them away with him. According to him, Roslan was still inside the house when he left the house. The accused said that he had then gone back to his sister's house. Inside his sister's house, the accused had packed his bag, and when he went back to the deceased's house, he found out that the house was locked from inside. Feeling panic again, the accused said that he was then not concerned about Roslan anymore, and he then proceeded to Rawang town, where he then took a commuter train right to KL Central.
The presence of the accused during the incident can be proved by these 3 points. First, the accused himself had confessed that he and his friend Roslan had approached the deceased to borrow her 20 ringgits. Second, on the day of the incident, the witness, Encik Sukri Palaturi, who is an off-duty security guard on that day, confirmed to the court that he saw the accused with the deceased at 2:30 p.m. when he was making his way down the staircase from his apartment. Third, during the arrest, the arresting police officer stated that he found a set of house keys with the accused that belonged to one of the Siti Zawiyah friend that supposedly he should not have it since the key only have 2 sets. By referring all these 3 statements, it has been proved that the accused was near to the deceased before the incident happened. During the trial, as stated before, the accused denied that he was involved in raping and murdering Siti Zawiyah, and he blamed Roslan for what happened to the deceased. However, since there is doubt in suspect's statement, his statement was rejected by the court as they believe it has been fabricated by him. In addition, the statement was said to be contradicted by the evidence and fact of the autopsy and analysis conducted by the pathologists and chemists. Based on the DNA profiling results, all of the evidence found in the crime scene, which included bloodied electric iron, raffia string that was used to tie the deceased during the incident, and bloodied knife sheath, have contained the blood stain owned by both the accused and the deceased. Therefore, an inference has been made by stating that Roslan was not involved in the incident, since there is no proof that he was there during the incident and there is no evidence that he raped and murdered Siti Zawiyah. Based on the evidence provided by a pathologist, Dr. Muhammad Shah Mahmud, an inference was made that Siti Zawiyah was believed to be raped by the accused, since they found sperm present in the deceased's private part and sweat present on the deceased's chest and high vagina that the chemist had confirmed belonged to the accused. According to the pathologist that explained the inference also, he said that Siti Zawiyah died due to the injury on her forehead caused by a hard hit using sharp-edged objects such as an electric iron, which then affected her brain membrane, or due to the breakage of her hyoid bone caused by being strangled strongly.
From the inferences made, the offence of murder under Section 300 of the Penal Code had been established by the prosecution in this case. The intention to kill could be inferred from the blooded physical evidence which were recovered from the scene, which has been confirmed to have a mixed DNA profile originated from Siti Zawiyah binti Sudin and Muhammad Rashid. All these blooded items indicate the violence had taken place at the crime scene. Muhammad Rashid was sentenced to death by hanging under Section 302 of the same Penal Code after having heard on 8 September 2009 for the rape offence. The accused, Muhammad Rashid bin Hashim, was sentenced to 18 years imprisonment and 5 strokes of rotan under Section 376 of the same Penal Code.
That's all from us. Thank you for watching.